sticking to it. If you find AI, emerging technologies interesting, pursue that. If you find entrepreneurship interesting, pursue that. Entrepreneurship is not that easy. You need to have a nerve because you have to be the boss of the company. You have to employ. You can create employability. You have to pay them, and you won't be getting a paycheck. Okay, so it's going to be super challenging, but again rewarding too. Where there is risk, the higher the risk, the more reward you get. Okay, so be that change agent, accept the change, kind of explore new things. Don't stick to the complacence. If you are okay with the complacency, so be it. So nobody will push you to go out of the complacency. But when you become complacent, nothing grows. You will be stagnant. And very soon, as Professor said, artificial intelligence eventually will be replacing humans. So if you are a generalist, if you are working on a particular thing and you are not upgrading yourself, then you will be left over in this game. I'm not scaring you guys, but think ahead in the game. What is that next thing you want to work on? Okay. So innovation is all about what is that next thing, right? If we don't innovate, we will just remain at that same place. In the last 10 years, did you guys, witness the change in the new technologies we are using, our lifestyle changing? Did you guys notice that? Last, let's say 5 years? Yes, no? Right? So, who is innovating? Is it the organizations who are innovating, or is it the people who are innovating? Who is innovating? Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. People are constantly thinking what next, right? If they don't think what next, then we won't be having new technologies. We won't be thinking about how do we kind of improve, enrich our lifestyles, right? So most of the employees they want to think outside the box. They want to come up with new technologies, new ideas, new solutions. But sometimes the organizations also resist. Organizations have stakeholders. They need to make revenues. They need to make profits. So if they kind of move away from the legacy, if they think if you want to tinker around, do something different, then you might be thinking, oh my God, I might be losing my legacy. I might be losing my profits, my revenues, right? So organizations always think should we do it or not? Okay. So if you have an idea, suppose fourth year students when they have to go on their project, they go with a particular project to the professor, and they might ask the same question, sir, should I work on this project? If it is outside the box, even the professor will be a little bit scared to kind of help you guys, because that person might not have the expertise to kind of support your project, right? So in that case, every person will see some resistance, because that is very innovative. So everyone wants innovation, but change is what everyone is scared about. What happens? Who knows, right? An hour ago, we saw that video of robot kind of firing human, Eventually, the thought came to my head is eventually, army men will be replaced by these robots. But who knows? They might misfire and that might cause a big problem to us, right? So, but again, that's again a change, message to change. So why innovate? If we don't innovate, what happens? Have you guys heard of this company that made film rolls, Kodak? Do you guys see? Cameras with digital, the film. Yes, no, yes, no. So what happened to that company, Kodak, with the advent of iPhone? What is phone nowadays for you guys? I need to hear the answer from you guys, because I know how you guys use your cell phones. What is a cell phone nowadays? Louder. Huh? Louder. Selfies? buying Kodak beads, right? Even very few people are using the digital cameras, right? So, had Kodak thought about this process, maybe Kodak employees thought about this, holding a camera that can go into your cell phone. Maybe, but management might have resisted, right? But Steve Jobs, who thought you can have a camera, you can have a computer in your hand, and then iPhones came into existence. So the innovation is all about thinking outside the box and coming up with novel ideas, right? So that is process of innovate. The process of innovate is called innovation. The whole process, iPhone version. What was the first version of iPhone? Anyone knows that? And what version we are in right now? You guys know this one. Yeah. So the whole process is innovation, right? Steve Jobs did not say, hey, I found this really smartphone which is in my hand, which is a computer, which is a camera, which is doing every goddamn thing for me. But he did not stop there. He kind of let the employees to innovate, continue to innovate and bring up with new products, new versions of these products, right? The whole process is called innovation. So invention versus innovation. You heard what is innovation? Invention is a product, right? Person who is innovating is inventor. Okay, that's very critical for you guys to think through when you wanted to kind of get into this innovation and entrepreneurship side. Anyone saw the thing on the right? Do you guys know about this? A palm device, even the person who came up with that thought about having a computer in their hand, but it was not user-friendly. But this thing was user-friendly, right? Very sexy looking appeal, you can just swipe through, you can do multiple things, you can download apps. So this is a different version of what that particular thought was. So you see the difference, what happened from there to this to this. This is Industry 4.4, the whole advent of entrepreneurship. Things changed from 1970, how we manufacture, the smart manufacturing, how we kind of get into concepts of smart cities to anything what you kind of conceive nowadays. Entrepreneurship is all about finding a solution for a grassroots level challenge and making that solution bigger and scaling out further. There are 9 types of innovations. Okay, I hear a lot of noise. I don't know, you guys are talking to each other or it's coming from somewhere else. Okay, can we be quiet for some more time and I'll be done. Okay? And I'm sure I'll make sure I'll show you some pictures which will make you to kind of laugh for a bit, okay? So 9 types of innovations are happening. If you take, what is Oyo doing nowadays? Have you guys used Oyo? It's a different business model, right? If you take any big hotels, you take they bought properties and then kind of rented the properties for hotels and all these things. But what Oyo is doing, they're saying we are not buying properties. We don't want to hold on to the properties, but we want to still continue renting the rooms, right? So the shift is business model shift. How you kind of run your business with a different thought process altogether. So that's one of the type of innovations, that falls under the business model, innovation. Breakthrough. We have a lot of breakthrough innovations happening, right? Every day, with the advent of emerging technologies, you are seeing new solutions, for every. If you see, have you guys heard of this China building a hospital in a couple of hours? How is it happening? It's the process is coming into the place, how fast you can bring all the resources together, making sure everything is expedited, right? That's also a way of innovating. Business model, disruptive. Elon Musk thinking every day about new way of thinking, doing things in a new way, right? He always thinks about disruptive things. How can we do things differently? So different types of products we already saw. iPhone is a new one, Samsung. Even all the organizations nowadays are thinking, when I said corporate innovation, we already saw that Kodak, right, which fell through the cracks. The company closed, bankrupt. But had they innovated, they could have been in the race, right? So now what these corporates are doing, all these MNCs are doing, they are coming to incubators like us and asking us, hey, you know what, we want to innovate. Rather than asking our employees, we know who are continuing to innovate, rather than asking them to innovate, we can partner with startups. Startups are already having novel solutions. They have business, in place. They have some kind of customer traction. Why don't we partner with them and kind of help them scale up? Suppose if I am a startup and I partner with one of the biggest companies, WhatsApp was bought by Facebook, right? WhatsApp was tiny before Facebook got it. But once it got acquired, WhatsApp guy made a ton of money, right? So he scaled up further. This is what it's all about, like how big companies should find startups to work with. Startups are lean, startups have emerging technologies, startups are tracking a big problem. So rather than reinventing the wheel, spending a lot of time on the R&D and on the employees, corporates are kind of working with startups. Have you seen like Uber, kind of engaging with startups? So all these big companies wanted to innovate and they are reaching out to us and helping, kind of asking, incubators like us to kind of find the relevant startups to innovate. That's the whole journey is corporate innovation. I kind of work with corporates, kind of assess like what is the need of the hour for them and connect the right startups to work with them. So it's like, I know, I'm throwing a lot of jargon at you guys. I will not, take you in depth, but I wanted to kind of help you understand what is this concept of innovation. How is it tied up with entrepreneurship? Any of you guys wanted to become entrepreneurs or like kind of okay with being engineers? Yes, no? Entrepreneurs? So after this lecture, I'm sure like a couple of you guys wanted to become entrepreneurs. I'll ensure that. So types of innovation again, like disruptive versus what happened to Skype, WebEx came, right? What happened to those disruptive ones? Older days, like we used to have ECTVs, like black and white ECTVs, like big frame ECTVs. With the process, the whole innovation process led to the whole